And he actually just showed me him pull out a picture of her. Did you bury him with your mom's picture? Shut the hell up. Hi, Antoinette. How are you?
We're doing good.
Where are you guys from?
Wisconsin.
Oh, good. Well, first of all, I'm glad that you're here. And first of all, I got to tell you, there's a couple different souls that I'm connecting with, okay? And first of all, there's a child here that's trying to get my attention. Did you lose the child here in this world?
I did.
Was that the baby that you lost?
Yes.
Because there's a little baby that's here that they're showing me. And your mother's also here on the other side with that child. Because right away, I saw this mother that steps forward with this little baby within her arms, letting you know that that soul is here. And right away, when I'm connecting, they're showing me that that soul had issues developing here in this world. Is that correct?
I don't know. He was so young.
Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something. That's how he had passed. When I'm connecting, they're showing me this little baby that's here. And I feel when that soul had passed, I'm seeing this child gasping for air.
Yes, I believe that.
They showed me that for years, you were trying to figure out how this soul had passed. And I got to tell you that the way that this had happened, there was an issue with developing with this child. And first of all, I got to tell you something. Your mom is here to let you know that that soul did make it to the other side, because this was the hardest thing that you had to go through here in this world.
My sister was with him when he passed. I was at work.
All I know is I see someone going in and like she was grabbing the baby's feet is what I'm seeing. And she's like grabbing the baby's feet and saying the baby won't wake up, and the baby had passed. Know that one of the things is that that son is watching over you every single day. They kept saying it's her son, it's her son. That boy has been watching over you every single day from the moment that he had passed on. And more importantly, I got to tell you that you still think about him all the time.
True.
You know, one day, not for many, many years, but one day when you do pass, your son will be there because he's been watching over you all the time. And more importantly, he wants to thank you for all of the love that you had given him here in this world. Because even though you only get to know him, you know, for pretty much a year, he says to me, he wants to thank you for all that love that you had given him. He wants to thank you for being his mom and for every single thing that you've done for him here and now. Is there also Anthony that passed?
Yes.
Who's
Our
that?
Daddy. Our daddy.
Oh, your father.
Yep.
I'm sorry, because there was this man that was coming through, man, and he just like pushed everyone aside. He's like, ah. He goes, hey, he goes, I'm here. He goes, they're looking for me. And I'm like, who the hell are you? And he goes, I'm here. I gotta tell you, he thinks this is so cool right now that he can come through and speak like this. And your father, like, he's not nervous to come through at all when I'm speaking to him. Like he was somebody that was very high energy here in this world. So know that he is there with your mother as well.
Perfect.
And the one thing that he's acknowledging, first of all, is he wants to let you all know that he's fine on the other side. When I'm connecting with him, this man had so many issues wrong with him. And one of the first things that he's telling me is that there were leg issues that he was dealing with before his passing.
Yeah.
Because Matt, this is how it all started, because he's making me feel as though that like I want to rub my legs when I'm connecting with him, showing me that there was either issues where, you know, his legs would go numb, or there were issues with circulation, because I feel this tingling sensation when I'm connecting. And I got to tell you something. He wants to thank you all for the way that you had helped take care of him before his passing. He wants you to know that he is there with your mom on the other side as well, that they are together. You know, this is why I love doing it this way, is that your mom, your dad, and that baby are here to show you that they're all reunited on the other side.
He's been really active. He passed in September, and he's been making his appearance regularly.
There you go. Listen, because I keep asking for your mom to come through, and I'm sorry, all I have is your dad. Do I see her there? Yes. Do I know she's there with that child and with your father? Yes, but it's your dad who's like right at the front of the line, talking. And he says to me, he goes, Matt, what he was so happy about was about those final moments that he got to spend with all of you. He says, because Matt, he goes, I want to let them know that the past year of my life was the best year of my life, because you guys had him doing so many things. You were always spending time with him. You were always there and with him. And he wants to thank you for that. He says, the one thing that he wants you to know is that you're all upset about how he had died, because you feel as though that it all came out of the blue and it all happened so quickly. He says to me, Matt, he goes, I got to tell you something. As much as I loved being with my family, he just said to me, I was also waiting to see my wife again. Because every night he tells me, your dad did believe in God and he did believe in the other side. Because he talks about praying and talking to your mom at night and saying, you know, that he goes, that was the one thing that kept me alive, is knowing that every day that I was here in this world, it was one day closer that I was going to be with her, because they loved each other so, so much. And he actually just showed me him pull out a picture of her. Did you bury him with your mom's picture? Shut the hell up. He goes to me, Matt, he goes, you need to let them know this is real. And he goes, the only way is to let them know this. Nobody knows about this.
We actually interned them together. We bought a double urn and we put a picture of each of them with each of their ashes.
Shut the hell up. That's crazy. Because he showed me, listen, your loved ones show me certain things, and he just showed me in heaven and pulling out this picture. He said, if you tell them this, they'll know that this is real, because nobody knows about that. And I love that, because I always ask, you know, the other side to tell me something that we can't Google, Facebook, or possibly know. So when you put that in with them, know it's his way of acknowledging that. And the same way that you put them in the same urn with one another, it's their way of acknowledging that on the other side. I got to tell you that your dad also says to me that he wants to thank you guys, because he says, Matt, he goes, without my wife, I was lost. He tells me that she did everything for him, including buying clothes for him, getting his clothes ready. He goes, Matt, he goes, after my wife died, he goes, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. He says to me, he goes, I didn't know how to do like laundry, how to do the checkbooks, how to do like any of these things. He says, so he wants to thank you. He says, for the way that, you know, you helped him with all that, for the way that you took over care. And he wants to let you know that on the other side, he's only just a thought away. And this is proof and validation that when he was passing and you told him, you know, I know you're going to go find mom, because he tells me that. He says, I found her. She's here and we are together. I really hope that this helped you.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
Thank you.